Alright, so I'm filling the tank back up now. Have stuff all over the place. All my filter media is in here, not cycling, but pump on. And all the fish are in this big trash bucket here with some oxygen heater and stuff. So anyways, back to the tank. I am now filling the tank back up. After completely draining it, I vacuumed every last grain of sand out. And I put all new sand in. It is the black diamond sand, straight black. I love it. I love this stuff. It is so easy to clean. It is the easiest sand I have ever had to clean in my life. And I've been doing this for a long time, so this is good stuff in my opinion. So anyways, I decided to keep the 3D background on, mainly because I couldn't get it off. It's siliconed on there really well. It wasn't even budging, and to get it off, I would literally have to just destroy it and rip it apart. So anyways, I'm filling it back up with water now after scrubbing it completely down. I really cleaned it well. And let's see what else. So I scrubbed it down. I drained it. I'm filling it back up with water again. I'm gonna cycle it through. The sump is empty as well. I'm going to cycle it through, and then I'm gonna drain it completely again, just for the heck of it. At this point, I don't really care. I just want to get this issue fixed. So I'm gonna completely drain it and fill it back up again. Put some prime in there. Check my parameters. Now here's where I'm at. Here's a question for you guys. Tell me what you think here. My tap water, the parameters are low. Okay, so they're low for African cichlids. My pH is only around 2. My KH is only around 2, if that. And the GH is usually around 3. That's for my tap water. So clearly on paper, that is too low for African cichlids. But I was having no issues whatsoever until I got this bacterial infection or parasites or whatever the case may be that these fish were dying off from. I had no problems with the water with those low parameters. I basically did the water changes and I didn't touch it, and they all seemed to be happy. When I started adding the salt, or I should say salts, I added the Seachem Malawi Lake buffer to get it to 8.2. I did that over time. And then also the Seachem lake salt for these guys. And that's when I started noticing the bloat, Malawi bloat. And after doing some research, I did see a handful of posts and websites that did mention if you add salt, or maybe too much salt, or maybe too quickly, or whatever, I don't know what the case may be. Everyone's situation is different, but it could trigger the bloat. So whether that's true or not, I don't know, but I did read that in a few different areas. So I'm just wondering at this point if I should be chasing my water parameters, which I'm sure everyone is probably going to say, yeah, you should be adding salt, or yeah, those parameters are too low. But there are a few of the breeders that I have talked to over the last couple weeks that have said, literally told me I wouldn't chase anything. I would just leave it whatever it is. These fish are coming from, most places they're coming from the US. And, a lot of these breeders, including the few that I talked to and got fish from, they said they don't add any salts. And their tap water is what it is. Granted, it's probably higher than mine. But, I'm not really sure where to go at this point. I don't know if I should be chasing with the salts to maintain the higher parameters. Right now and over the past few weeks, if not month, my parameters on my tank, my pH has been 8.2, my KH is at 10, and my GH is around 12 or 13. So that should be pretty good, or spot on, or close to it for the African cichlids. And I'm just wondering at this point if I should stop worrying about chasing it and adding salts and this and that. I understand that obviously I'll need to add minerals of some sort, so maybe some lake salt, or or whatnot. But I don't know. Tell me what you guys think. So I'm not really sure where to go with that. And last thing real quick, as I fill it back up here, I really actually like the look of this setup with just the background. As most of you probably know, I'm looking at my previous videos, I had 3 rocks. I have a total of 5, but I ended up just putting 3 ground rocks kind of staggered about in there. The only thing I didn't like about that is obviously it takes away from the swimming space, but it also creates a little bit of dead spots with the power heads, or the wave makers, I should say. So there's kind of a little bit of poop buildup around those rocks from where the dead space is. So I noticed definitely much better flow without the rocks, and I kind of just like the way it looks. It's just really open looking, and I think it looks pretty good empty. I don't know. Tell me what you guys think. Tank obviously is cloudy right now because I'm filling it up here. I only have 1 wave maker on right now. This guy over here, up here, is shut off, but you can see the surface agitation and movement I have from just the one, which I think is plenty. With both of them going, there's plenty of surface agitation. I was asked by a handful of people how my surface agitation is. So so that's where we are. I basically gave everything a really good scrub down, a really good clean. So I'm gonna have a few more videos to come because I did some modifications on the piping. This is a marine land tank, so pretty interesting little modifications I did that I would highly recommend anyone who has a similar setup, or maybe a marine land tank, or the overflows like I have. I think it's a good way to go, and it's definitely working better for me, at least. It's definitely more flow, and it's interesting. So I'll make another video on this. Sorry this one's so long, but just updating here, and I'll make a few more videos with the further updates. Thanks for watching.